What's up, everybody? Today I'll be sharing with you my experience with PEDs, my decision to take them, the effects of it, and my decision to finally stop. So at the time, I had a coach. He provided me with all of my meal plans, with all of my workout plans, and my protocol. At first, I started off with 500 milligrams of testosterone and I believe 10 milligrams of Anavar. I would pin Monday morning and I would pin Thursday night. Those days is when I would pin test, and I believe for Anavar it was, I'm not sure if it was every day or if it was before my workout. Honestly, can't remember. So yeah, I started when I was 20 or 21, around there. I believe it was 20 going on 21. At that time, I had already been training for around 7-8 years. But still, 20, 21 years old, that's still very young, and I should not have done that. And I don't advise anyone to do that at all, at any age. So that's that. And gradually over time, I would start taking Anavar, increase the dosages by 10 to 15, and then up to 20 milligrams. I believe the most I took was around 30 milligrams of Anavar. I never took Winstrol, I never took Tren, I never took any of the more hardcore drugs. But still, I don't advise anyone to do what I did. But I'm just sharing with you my experience, just so you learn from my experience. So the effects of it while I was on it, you do get increased aggression, but it depends from person to person. If you're already a douche, then you just become more of a douche. It just amplifies who you already are. For me, I'm more mellow and laid back, so it just elevated that up a notch. Anger, I didn't really experience too much anger. I didn't experience any roid rage. I wasn't on high of a dose to even experience that. But you do gain a lot of strength really quickly. And you do need to be careful too, because you can become too strong where your joints give out. Which luckily it didn't happen to me. But that's something that you have to look out for if you are still planning to take them. Don't overdo it. Don't go way too heavy, because if you're injured, you can't make any gains. So the effect, as I first, I didn't start noticing it until I believe a week or two while doing it. I started noticing that my muscles were fuller. It was easier for me to burn belly fat, and I was just getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And just the pumps of it were gnarly. I just had some gnarly pumps at the gym, no matter what I was working out. Even everyday tasks, I could just get a pump from whatever I was doing. If I was carrying groceries, I would just get this gnarly pump on my forearms, my biceps, or if I was carrying something heavy, my shoulders would be on fire. Just stuff like that. Your body is just building muscle. It's just building and building and building. It's metabolic. So, you feel good. You can run faster. You can run faster for longer. You can go harder. Your rest is reduced significantly, so that's a big part too. You can hit body parts multiple times a week, and that's what I did. I believe I was training 5 to 6 times a week. I would do cardio. First, it was 30 minutes of cardio before my workout, and then it would be followed up with weights. But when I started to burn more belly fat, it went from 30 minutes to 45 minutes to an hour to hour and 15 to hour and a half, hour and 45, and then finally up to 2 hours. So it was a steady incline for cardio, and I was lean. I was burning belly fat significantly, and my strength also just kept increasing, which is a crazy feeling. I was feeling good. While you're on them, you feel good. You feel amazing while taking PEDs. So that's that. And as far as weights, I believe it was such a long time ago. It was around 3 years ago now that I did it. I know the leg days were intense. Just all the workouts were intense. They were on another level, especially after our cardio session. You just have to keep pushing yourself that much longer, but the PEDs definitely do help. But so those were the effects. Oh yeah, and then I believe 3 months in or 4 months in is when my coach told me to add on DECA, and it would be 500 milligrams of DECA, but I never took the 500 milligrams of DECA. At that point is when I started to phase out of that. So instead of 500 milligrams, I did my best to calculate to only take 200 milligrams or 150. So it would be in a little syringe. It would be like in a little vial. I would take out test. I believe it would be 1 cc or half a cc of test, and then another half a cc or half of that in the same syringe, and then I would inject that. So with DECA, that does increase your strength, but at that time I wasn't really taking it that much seriously as I previously been, and that's why I took only 150 to 200 milligrams, because I just wanted to phase out of that. I wanted to slowly hop off PEDs, and this is what's leading me to my reason as to why I stopped. It's just kind of an oxymoron to take PEDs and do all of this to your body, but why do we work out in the first place? Why did we start in the first place? It was to build muscle, to burn fat, to look good, to be healthy, live a healthy lifestyle. So when we add on these PEDs, it's just counterintuitive to all of that. So adding in all of these PEDs, who knows what the effect of it will be later on down the line. You hear constant stories of these professional bodybuilders that that just go through so much, and especially a lot of these bodybuilders that just completely die when they're so young, when they're in their 20s or 30s. That's still way too young for anybody to die. So that's why I started to hop off PEDs. That's why I decided to just quit altogether, to give up that lifestyle. I mean, I still really want to do a natural competition, just do it to the best of my ability and see what happens. Who knows? It won't hurt me. I'll just see where I end up, you know. So that's why I stopped. I wanna keep living healthy, keep eating healthy, keep eating right, and doing the right things that my body requires and deserves. And PEDs is not doing me a favor at all. It's just gonna cut my life short. It's gonna destroy my body from the inside. It's gonna just do so much harm than good. At the end of the day, just why? Why do it? Is it for looks? Is it to compete? Is it for a strong man? For whatever, it's different for each person. But for me and my reasonings, I just want to live a healthy lifestyle, be active, go to the gym, still make gains, of course, max out your natural potential and max out what you can do naturally, like I'm natural right now. I'm 24 right now, and it took me, I believe, I honestly don't even know how long it took me to finally start feeling better after that cycle, because the entire length of the cycle was 5 months, and I just kept gradually decreasing the amount I would be taking. So it would be from 500 down to 4, 350, 3, 200, 100 milligrams of test. But I completely took out Anavar once I decided to stop taking PEDs. But I just gradually stopped. I got my blood work done, which is really good. I got my blood work done when I was, I believe, on month 5. So I was on the tail end of my cycle. And I got it done at the doctor's office, and that day the doctor was right next to me, and he was demonstrating to me and showing me the entire graph, my entire blood work, because I didn't understand any of it. And based off my blood work, everything checked out, everything was good, which I was really relieved of. He told me that I shouldn't be worried about it at all. 5 months is not too long. He was telling me that it's okay, your body, you're young, you'll recuperate. And I have, but there's still that thing behind my mind where I'm like, what happens if I didn't do that? What would have happened if I didn't take PED? Where would I be now? How would my body be now? Because even after PEDs, I kept some of my muscle, but not everything, because you lose, I would say, more than half once you hop off, because you're taking all of these drugs and your body's up here. So once you hop off, your body has to come down as well. What goes up must come down. So I was really relieved once I heard my blood work. Once I heard that everything checked out. So right now, I don't do any hard drugs. I have never touched and will never do any of that. I really believe in spiritual healing and healing by food, by eating healthy food, by eating the foods we should be eating, and none of the junk and crap that we see all around the supermarkets or all around, these fast food joints. It's better to cook and eat at home. You know what goes in your body, you know what you make, and only eating food in its purest and raw form. And that is what I truly believe in. And just completely healing by the food we eat inside and out. So that's that. And also what I was going through at the time. So I'm a sushi chef. At that time, I got the job at Nobu, and I was commuting an hour and a half to go to work and back, and that really took a toll on me, because honestly, the hours were good. I really enjoyed the people that I worked with, and Nobu looks good on your resume, and I did learn a lot while I was there. But with me taking PED at the time, I would inject on my upper glute area, and it would just be so sore, every time I would pain, and it would last for days, and that affected my performance, and it affected just my energy levels. I was just so out of energy. I was always tired. No matter how much caffeine I took, I was just always so tired, and I couldn't work properly. I couldn't function properly. I couldn't move properly. And I got a lot of slack because of it. I got a lot of slack because I wasn't working fast enough. And I wasn't, that's the only thing that I got really knacked on was my speed. Because before that, I was good. That's why I got the job at Nobu. I was doing good. I was on a roll at that time. But when I took those PEDs, and I believe it was just a scar tissue buildup, and I was just too young to understand any of that. If I could go back in time and relive that experience, I would. But I would just completely take out the PEDs altogether. And some nights I would just be way too tired, and I would sleep in the car. And at that time, I had a 2002 Toyota Corolla, so it was a really small car, and I wouldn't even sleep properly as well. So I couldn't even, so my body couldn't even repair itself while I was sleeping, while I was working there. So while I was working, just all of these thoughts kept coming into mind about, why am I doing this? I'm in such pain. This is only affecting my performance. What am I doing this for? This is not good for me. So, just all from that experience is what led me to just completely stop. But yeah, if I could redo that again, I'd probably still be working there, and I'd probably make it happen and would have never done PEDs in the beginning. So that's my story. I hope you learned something, and I hope that this message spreads around to everyone, and you learn from me, you learn from my mistakes. And I do highly encourage you not to take PEDs, but you do so at your own will. And I'm not a doctor, and Yeah, so thanks for watching, and catch you on the next time.